I understand compassion to all lives is important. However, there are many people who don't love themselves and don't have compassion to themselves. And how would we love ourselves and to others, other people and lives?
그래서 장을 잡으면은 그래 이 중국이 번구를 쓰네. That's right. Genuine sort of sense of love. First, love to oneself. Some cases, you see, to us is a little strange. You see, some self-hatred sort of person. Such person, impossible to develop compassion to others. So first, you see, love oneself. Then others also just like me, they also want happiness, do not want suffering. They also have the same right. So that sort of understanding, then extend love towards your immediate people, images of the friends. Then furthermore, like the Shantadeva's 6th chapter mentioned, then eventually your enemy, entire sentient being. The other day, I forgot. Usually, you see, regarding enemy, you see the compassion, two levels of compassion. One level of compassion is biological factor. Like dogs, cats, birds. Small insect like mosquito, I really doubt. They have the ability about sort of compassion. I don't know. I often one time in Oxford in England, my talk in front line, some professors, Oxford professors, very sort of dignified professors. I asked them, I have one question. In our brain, you see, we have the ability to develop appreciation of others' sort of,
kindness.
Others' kindness or something. We have that. The dogs, cats also you see have that sort of ability. Then it looks mosquito, no that sort of ability. The reason when my mood good, then I usually give blood to mosquito. Then looks, they suck my blood and their whole body become red. Then simply fly. No sign of appreciation. So I simply ask, you see, the professors, what level of brain size who then develop the ability of appreciation? So far, many occasions I ask this question. I really used to feel the scientist, I think one day, may find. So far, is no answer. So they like the mosquito. These are sort of different thing. Otherwise, you see, many mammals and birds, you see, they also have the ability to show love, compassion. Like the bird or other animals also, you see, when some threat towards their youngster, the mother ready to face that danger. Does not come from religious faith, but these are biological factors. So we also have, you see, biologically, we equipped that level of compassion or sense of concern of others' well-being. Clear? That actually biased, limited, and very much oriented others' attitude. That compassion take as a seed, then use human intelligence, the seeing the value of that sort of warm-heartedness or compassion, seeing harmfulness about hatred, anger. So through that way, with help of human intelligence, that limited compassion, which is biologically developed, biological. Now that with help of human wisdom, human intelligence, now that can further develop. So that now not oriented others' attitude, but the sentient being themselves, like that. So that level of compassion easily can reach towards your enemy. As far as their attitude is concerned, enemy, negative towards you. But these also sentient being, and particularly among humanity, these are human beings, human brothers, sisters. So they also deserve our love, our compassion. Clear? So that level of compassion is unbiased and infinite. The teachings or religious teachings, you see, these religious sort of teachings talks about love, compassion, is that kind of compassion, infinite, unbiased compassion. My friend, one Muslim, he told me a genuine Islam practitioner must extend love towards entire creature of Allah. There is no discrimination. My friend, my enemy. No. Your enemy also created by Allah, by God. So entire human being, entire world created by God. Isn't it? So people who genuinely believe and submitted yourself totally to God, then you must respect, you must extend your love towards the entire God's sort of creation, like that. So these are not biased. So then here, the one point, you see, when we talk about sort of practice of forgiveness or tolerance or compassion, infinite compassion, then you see sometimes you see people confuse the tolerance or forgiveness means you accept others' wrongdoing. That's not. We must make distinction. Elder was the actor, action. Clear. Enemy as an actor. Towards enemy as an actor, forgiveness. Their wrongdoing as their action, sometimes we have to take appropriate countermeasure. Not sort of out of hatred motivation, but out of sense of concern of their own well-being. If you let their wrongdoing continuously, ultimately they will suffer. So in order to stop their wrongdoing for their own interest, you need sometimes countermeasure, But that sort of countermeasure out of a sense of concern of their well-being. Clear? So you see, we have to make a distinction. Forgiveness, real meaning of forgiveness is, you see, you never sort of develop negative feeling towards that person. So that means forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetness. Right? Forget.
No, to forget.
If you forget, there's no basis for forgiveness. Clear? So, their action is concerned, sometimes we need. Now, for example, our own case. You see, some of those Chinese officials who made some decisions on the spot to arrest, to torture, like that, to killing. Their action is concerned, we're opposing. But those people who make this decision, to the people's level, we must keep compassion. So, make distinction. The person who carried that action and their action, two different. Like our own sort of, let's say, the practice of confession, practice of confession. During that confession, you make distinction. I made mistake. I did such sort of wrong action. So you separated your sort of action. You realize your action is wrong. So in order to
purify your negative
in order to purify yourself, you see, we have the ability to make distinction. My wrong action. Now today I feel great regret. So similarly, your enemy, their action is concerned, need opposition. But the person, as a person, we must keep compassion, forgiveness. Clear? Like that. So, compassion, there are different levels. This one, biased compassion and unbiased infinite compassion. So then, you see, self-hatred is very bad. Very bad. And actually, to further investigate why person you see develop self-hatred. Deep inside, selfish there, foolish selfish. Then you see you made some mistake, and you fail to materialize what you wish.
Fulfill.
Not so fulfill, not fail to bring, to materialize. So through that way, you develop some kind of self-hatred. I don't think, from the birth, self-hatred, I don't think. Under certain circumstances, you have some vision, you want some ambition. That fail, then develop self-hatred. So that self-hatred also ultimately related with selfish motivation and narrow-minded. What do you think? What do you think? Do you have some further argument? If you have some argument, and I welcome any argument. Sometimes I little bit prejudice
Proud.
Proud sorry. I don't know bold maybe boost maybe you see little boost. I think these people, you see the system of our study is a lot of debate, a lot of dialectical sort of debate. Whenever you sort of take one sort of position, then always sort of because of opposing that. That's our way of training. Although I'm not that much sort of good debater, but at least I study some debate. So I found, you see, debate. I say something, then some argument, then further sort of debate. It's quite interesting, quite good. So any sort of further questions, most welcome. Yes. Oh, please, tea. Take tea. Yes.
Would you like to, excuse me, 1 minute. Would you like to use the mic?
Louder. Yes.
You said we need to love ourselves, then extend that kind of compassion to other people. But first, how could we love ourselves? I found some people, they don't really love themselves. They are really valorless. They are not receive love, they don't feel love.
I just mentioned the self-hatred. I don't think from birth, you see, already have that kind of feeling. I don't think. Later, you see, your mind becoming more sophisticated, your brain. Then with that, you see, develop some sort of different sort of ambitions or desire. Then unrealistic desire, unrealistic ambition, naturally never materialize. Then self-hatred develop. This is how I feel. I think you should carry some sort of study, investigation. These self-hated people, when they start that, you can ask their parent when they, as a young baby, young children. I don't think self-hatred. I don't think. Clear. So now, you should have extra responsibility to carry some research and eventually write a book. And also, I think nowadays, some scientists, especially brain specialists, and also you see some scientists about human emotions, and also because
Genome.
Genome,
Yes.
or some sort of scientist about the genome or these things. Perhaps I think these are new subject to further investigation, further discussion. I feel like that. Yes. Next question.
Yes. In one of your books, there is a paragraph on renunciation, and as written below, to renounce the world means to give up your attachment to the world. It does not mean that you have to separate yourself from it. For someone who is easily attached, how do we balance between attachment and renunciation? And how do we get involved to help others as part of bodhicitta, yet not get attached?
I think other day also I mentioned of course, I do not know the exact meaning of sort of English word attachment. Usually, I sort of understanding attachment. My understanding about attachment is, you see, some kind of desire. A little bit. The other day I mentioned blind energy. Similarly, blind sort of desire or closeness feeling. That's attachment. As I mentioned the other day, one great Chilean sort of scientist, the other day I mentioned. So, I myself, I'm Buddhist, but I should not develop attachment towards Buddhism. If I attached,
if I'm attached,
Buddha Dharma, then my mind become biased. The biased mind cannot be realistic because biased mind, you see, cannot see the other things because of the other reality or other thing, you cannot see objectively. Very much sort of related with your own desire. Clear? If may I say so, some of the hardliner Chinese communists, you see, they look, you see, Tibetan culture is something totally negative. Their mind, some kind of sort of biased, like that. One time in Australia, many years ago, one meeting with scientists, and then you see the people, you see each, you see introduce themselves. So they just at the beginning, the one scientist, one Australian, he's introduced himself as I am one scientist who always defend about science to those people who have some different views about science. He ready to defend about science. So I think such person very difficult to accept about mind or about emotions. They simply feel just a brain. Clear? So some scientists, you see, they very open mind. Yes. As I mentioned this morning, grosser level of emotions, grosser level of mind is entirely based on brain. And nowadays, you see, some scientists now begin to notice through simply mere training of mind, some sort of concentration, think more about compassion. You see, that sort of training, that mental attitude actually effect on brain.
mental neuroplasticity. It's called neuroplasticity.
Or that through meditation or through training of mind, actually that matter some change, sometimes increasing. So some scientists now gradually sort of showing open question. There might be some sort of very subtle energy which essentially separate from brain. So very close link, brain, neuron, and that energy. So sometimes brain or neuron change, certain the energy or certain mind, you see, change. Sometimes one sort of the occasion in America, I talk some doctors, some physicians. I just ask. It looks, you see, sometimes, of course, obviously, you see, some physical, some sort of, some event on physical level, and some change brain level, and then some emotions. This is some different sort of mental sort of feeling or mental attitude, you see, develop. That's obvious. But some cases, without any sort of physical sort of
Movement.
Physical sort of the effect, nothing. You just, you see, simply, you see, they remain completely relaxed. then all of a sudden, one thought come. So that thought then affect our brain, and blood pressure also is change. So looks sometimes this is some subtle sort of thought or mind come that effect on our physical level. So it seems such things there. So sometimes some movement on physical level, on brain level, and it affect thought. Sometimes thought level, some movement, some change, something happen, it affect on brain. I asked the doctor, few doctors there, then that doctors say, oh, it looks like that, but should not be. So that's biased, isn't it? They believe, you see, mind is simply the production of a brain. So it should not happen that. Nowadays, you see, genuine sort of matured scientists, not like that. And then also, 1979, my first visit Mongolia through Soviet Union in Moscow, then still communist Soviet Union. There I met some scientists, and I mentioned about the certain sort of consciousness about organs, right? We call eye consciousness or ear consciousness like that, or sensorial consciousness, and then mental consciousness. I just mentioned the sixth mind. The scientists, Russian, Soviet sort of scientists, they immediately reject. Oh, that's a religious vocabulary, religious thing. So these are, of course, scientists, but a little bit narrow-minded scientists. Whereas some my friend and some American scientists, one famous Richard Davidson, Wisconsin University, many years, my very close old friend, and also late Varela, Chile. All these and many others. These are really genuine, mature scientists. Some new subject come, they're open mind. Maybe true, maybe not. Open. That's very good. Unbiased. So look, objective. And only thing, investigation. Like that. So, So, you see, brain, we believe grosser level of mind or energy entirely depend on brain or neuron. As this morning I mentioned, during dream, you see, sensorial consciousness no longer active. The sixth mind working. And with dream, dream's own sort of what's the certain sort of sensorial, sort of its own sensorial sort of thing, and mind. Then deep sleep, no dream, still is a more subtler sort of experience or mind. So there are techniques. Firstly, to realize dream time, realize now I'm dreaming. So with that sort of experience, then control dream. And through that way, eventually, you can separate your dream body from this physical body. There are some cases there through training. So these are mysterious, still mysterious. the potential there. I think anyone, I think usually, even you see ordinary people, you see some cases, you see have the sort of experience during dream time, recognize this. Now I'm dreaming. I'm at the because of the sleep.
No, I'm sleeping.
Oh. Anyone who have that experience? You? Oh, quite few. Okay. So then, when you experience dream time, right?
No, dream.
Dream state, realize now I'm dreaming. Then that, on that occasion, further sort of concentrate your mind. The body's is a certain sort of place. Now mainly here, between two kasota, numani parat.
Breast. In the middle of your breast.
Oh, here. Oh.
The midpoint.
So the dream level, the grosser level of mind, of sensorial, already inactive. Then in the dream state, you concentrate here deliberately, then further dissolution, your mind. That practice is actually, this is one of the practice. You see how to dissolution our grosser level of mind. So those people you see, who have some sort of experience, then try to sort of also try to that. Firstly, you see, you should not sort of neglect about that experience. You should pay more attention about that experience. Then, as I mentioned earlier, while dreaming, you realize I'm dreaming. Then concentrate here. Clear? Some further sort of dissolution, the grosser level of mind further sort of dissolved, deeper. This is one practice of yoga practice like that, it mentioned. Few occasions, I also realize dream state. But then, no further sort of progress. I'm a lazy person. Okay, like that. Then you see death. This morning also I mentioned death. You see, the clinical, my tutor, senior tutor, after he died, doctor come, check. They
Confirmed.
They confirmed now death. Then next 13 days, his body remained very fresh. And one, I think 2-3 years ago, I think 3 or 2 years ago, I think in South India, about 3 weeks remained that body. And one strange thing is, before die, because long illness, long time, long period illness, physical very weak. After death, the physical becoming much more fresher and remain next to 3 weeks. So scientists, so far, no explanation. Our explanation is all the sort of grosser level of dissolution, because of grosser level of mind or energy dissolved, but then subtle level of mind still there, and not only there, but a little bit active. So it affects the body. The beginning of this year, one sort of strange sort of experience. one head of Lama of Mongolia. He actually Tibetan. He recent years, one time little stroke, and also you see his body very difficult. Then last year I met, when I visit Mongolia, I met. That's actually last meeting. Then I told him, now you are physically very weak. Now you have to think about the next life. So you should now thinking more your next life in Mongolia. I request him like that. So then near Tibetan New Year, he sent a message to me where he should die, when he should die. Then I asked him, you should die in Mongolia. At the time of your death, not now. That's the end of Tibetan year. So after Tibetan New Year come, then that's the right time to die. I mentioned. He exactly used to follow that. Quite strange. Then the day he passed away, that very day, the next day, I think that day, yeah, I think next morning, I received, you see, one message from his what's the attendance. Now what to do? Then I told, I immediately, you see, sent one my what's the my representative with scarf. No. So since no direct flight from India to Mongolia via Korea or Japan, so it's a long trip, long flight. But then I told them, keep that body, so remain fresh. Then the day, I think after 4 days, my representative reaching Ulaanbaatar, that early morning, I received one message. Now some sign, some liquid is coming from his nose. So that usually, you see, this sign now, and that sort of meditation. Then still, I asked them, better to wait till my representative reached there. So another 4 hours, they wait. Then my representative reached there, and the scarf put on his dead body, then immediately he passed away. Or his body,
Head dropped.
Dropped like that. So strangely, looks his death controlled from India. When I die, who will control me? I don't know. But these are facts, quite mysterious, isn't it? From the Buddhist explanation, yes, there are some reasons to explain. Otherwise, these are quite because of the mysterious. Quite strange, right? Like that.